What's up, you guys? Hope you guys are doing awesome. So today we're going to go over some updates of our various plays that we have mentioned on the channel and on Twitter before. So let's get into it. But before we do just know that this is all speculation. Don't invest more than what you can lose. Assume that you will lose everything and you won't get rich quick, especially with a super high risk field such as NFT gaming. And please do your own research. Don't trust random people like me off the internet with your financial well-being. And if you want real-time plays, feel free to check out my Twitter, as these videos take so long and just typing on Twitter is like way faster. So let's get into the first one. So first, we have our darling Defina. So positives so far is that demand is super high. So the second sale of boxes, the public ones, sold out in literally like 30 seconds. Twitter exploded to like 40K. I remember when it was like 7K. Discord's at 20K. I remember when it was like 3, 4K, which is so crazy. They're really engaging the community well with freaking stream and events. And I like how they narrowed their focus to a high quality, low quantity approach for mostly targeting the gacha community. So they're not trying to compete with games that have larger scale communities like Axie Infinity and stuff. They're trying to really zone in on their niche, which I believe they can really excel at, because I don't think there's any competition for the Defina right now. So I really like this approach of them becoming the top of the top in their field. So because of this, because of all these positives, a lot of people are interested in collabing and partnering up with Defina, which is super cool to see. They're also creating a lot more content creator incentives, such as giving these content creators whitelisting for streaming these videos, and also some FINA too. So really good. I remember my deep dive video, I talked about them needing more content creator incentives. So it's really good that they took that to heart and now they're implementing that. So for improvements, we gotta be fair, right? So I think a concern is that will Defina, will their team be able to handle a large influx of users in the game? So let's say maybe it pops up and then the Discord doubles in size, the Twitter doubles in size. Will they be able to handle that? Because I think there's like a growing pains curve where a bunch of spammers, trolls were trying to enter in, and then maybe some of the mods got a little bit heated. So, but I think they're a lot better now at it. You know, it's a growing process and it becomes really stressful handling a bunch of people. So that's a really good thing, right? Because there's a lot more demand. On the flip side, learning how to be professional and being able to handle these trolls and spammers that will come, they will come harder. As a whole, Defina has a very wholesome community, but these people will come inevitably as, you know, they just come, okay? So there also needs to be transparency from the core team developers. That's not seen yet. However, maybe eventually they will once game launch happens, but we'll see about that. So for the overall consensus, still very good. Let's see if they can keep it up with higher demand. The team is very amazing. The moderators are very awesome. The community is very dope. So lots of good things to say. However, we still need to be very level-headed. Crypto gaming is still high risk, and we'll see how they go. So important dates. This Friday is the third mystery box sale. So feel free to join in on community activities to get some whitelisting spots, as FINA token is very priced right now. It could have been good to get in at $3, $4 2 weeks ago, but it's kind of too expensive right now, in my opinion. But you could, if you really want to get in a mystery box sale, you could get into that. And I believe end of November's around the game launch. So we'll see if they execute on that. Then around the 11th to 12th, depending on where you are, the seed and private unlocks. So that could be another dump you can swoop Defina up on. Next off, we got mini Royale nations. So positives include them having their open beta received really well, and their bugs are constantly being fixed. They also have a passionate community that is starting to be developed, so that's really good. I'm starting to see a lot of key people chime in over and over again, so that's really awesome. And then there's a lot of interest for future partnerships, as shown through their meetings with other games and other communities, especially the Solana community. And then the team is handling a lot of events and meetings really well, answering those questions that are really awesome. And then they're really great at handling those spammers and trolls too, which is super dope. And the timeline was also released from some important dates, which is super cool, which we'll talk about later. So some improvements that I think they need a little bit more incentives for the community to shield the project more, like retweeting, commenting. Maybe they'll give certain people random prizes for that. So right now there's not that many people commenting and sharing, so maybe that could help. That's something that Defina did. Then new game modes, I think the developers are working on that constantly. So that just needs to be something that gets implemented later so that people remain interested in a project and they can just hang out and chill, which they're doing a great job on the Discord at. So overall, the consensus, I still think this is a very under the radar game that hasn't really blown up on social media yet. So they're doing a really good job at slowly growing, but I think the day will eventually come, maybe near a game launch when the game just blows up, because this game has so much potential. It has such an amazing team, so awesome partnerships. So we'll see how they do. And there's also a huge influx of FPS games coming out, so we'll see if they can compete against those games. Important dates include the 6th of December, which is the Magic Eden NFT minting. I believe that's around 2,500 NFTs. Then 3 days later, there's the official website NFT minting. That's around, I believe, 7,500. I'm not too sure, but we'll see how it goes. Then December, January, I believe that's when the game launch, but I'm not too sure about that. Then based off the roadmap, Q1's the token, and then pre-sale. So lots of exciting things coming out. I still think this is a very undervalued gem, but we'll see how they develop. They have the tools and potential to be a huge banger, but we'll see. So Cyball, positives include that the team and members are doing a really good job at building a very passionate community. They also partner with Binance, and other people are very interested, as this is a soccer game but has a very cyberpunk feel to it, so it's very unique. Then there's lots of events and giveaways daily in the Discord, on Twitter, to keep the engagement high. And they just executed their marketplace earlier, which is super cool. Then for improvements, the tokenomics and big investors still need to be released to the public, because this can seem a little sus from someone looking in where they're like, oh, why isn't the tokenomics released? However, I think the team is taking a risk by launching the game first, then releasing the tokenomics later. So I still do trust the team. However, they're very innovative, they're very unique in this approach, so we'll see how it goes. So consensus is looking great so far. The community is still very strong, very passionate, and the team, the community, the moderators are doing a really good job. However, I would personally wait until the tokenomics are published first before getting in if you couldn't get in on the Genesis NFTs. Then poor dates, mid-December, that's when the alpha game launches, and then the token launches around the mid of January, but we'll see how it goes as the timeline can vary. So very promising game. Let's see how they continue doing, and let's see if they execute, and let's see what the tokenomics are before we really get into the heavy. Alright, next game, we got WonderHero. Positives is that the hype is still high from the community and lots of influencers like Alex Becker, who pumped at literally 60%, so shout out to him. The dates were also clarified for the incoming events. They also partnered with Binance, which is super good. And then in their AMA, they mentioned that they have a guild system, which will be very emphasized. So I think this is very unique, and this will help make the game stand out from its competitors. Improvements, I think they need more transparency on the game development, whether that just be like a short 30-second video every week showing what progress they made, maybe a little more better community building with events like chat games, various channels in the Discord, because it seems like it's just like someone just asks a question, they answer it, then that's pretty much it. It's not really a strong community, so they really need to up their community game. Then consensus, it's still very solid. Community hype is still there. Influencers are still talking about it. However, they just need to build their community a little bit stronger, because I think it's mostly just talking about price action and not about the actual game itself, and they're not really interacting genuinely as well with each other. So important dates are that around the last week of this November, there's the Binance NFT sale. And then right after that, there's the WND to HON staking for the in-game token. Then for early December, there's the website NFT sale, or maybe it might be right after the Binance NFT sale too. We'll see. Then around mid-December, that's when it's game launch. So lots of potential for this game. It's just a little rough, but still has a lot of potential. All right, so now we're just going to talk about some other plays that are still solid, but they don't need to be described as in-depth as the other ones. So we got Legend of Fantasy War. It's still slightly undervalued, and there's a bunch of big exchange listings coming out in 2 and 6 days. However, in between those exchanges, watch for vesting dump around the 27th, which you can swoop up for before the second exchange listing. For Axie Infinity, AXS is slightly undervalued, so you can swoop it up to stake it or read it on their Katana exchange. And then I believe Ron's going to be one of the best gaming plays pretty much ever, because that's the token of their exchange for Katana. Then there will be a bunch of games that want to be featured on there. So it'll be kind of similar to PancakeSwap, but it'll be dedicated to gaming. And I believe it's farmable until February 2nd of next year, with liquidity providing like SOP, and ETH, and AXS. So this would be one of the best long-term plays, in my opinion. Then Pegasus, there's a big dip after some whales sold off, and there were a bunch of beta bugs, and it's still a great project. It has amazing investors like Crypto.com and Kyber. So if they shout them out, it's probably gonna jump up huge, and they still have a big game coming out with 3D gameplay coming out, renting, a strong Filipino community, and so many good things. It's just that there's a big dip right now. CryptoBlades Kingdom, there's a massive dip due to less interest because there's not that much gameplay, and due to previous bad experiences with the team, a lot of people are flooding it right now, and there's also investors continuing selling off. However, I still think in terms of making gains, this is a very good play to swoop up as a super low market cap, so it can easily randomly like 2 to 3x off any bullish news, like they release a game demo, a random influencer shouts them out, showing that they invested in a project. It'll just literally 2 to 3x that day. So very good project to watch out for in terms of gains. So here are a bunch of other plays you can look into. So I'll update them after these next game updates, but great games to watch out for include, like the blue chips like Sandbox, Gala. Then there's some new ones like Project Seed, Meta Wars, Three Kingdoms, 90, Nine Heroes. Then for the super early games where they're just getting started, there's Dogami, Sin City, invested by one of my favorite people, Justin Kahn, Infinity Skies, Phantom Galaxies, Citus. So many great games coming out. Then I also included a list of non-games, which I also invest in too. So feel free to check those out. So let me know what other coins you guys are looking at, or what other games you feel like should be included on this slide. So thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, comment what you think of this video, comment what other games you're looking at, what you think of the games mentioned in this video, and all that jazz, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, there are referral codes in the caption and a MetaMask address if you want to donate to increase the quality of these videos. And most importantly, these videos are for entertainment purposes and are not recommendations, as I'm not a licensed professional. You win in crypto by surviving long-term and collecting blue chips early, not these random meme coins, right? So that's less excessive leverage, less liquidations, and really protecting your capital. And the best investments are the ones where you do your own research in. This allows you to have the greatest conviction in to hold these high quality coins. Furthermore, the best play isn't some randomly token that you get shilled to, or you randomly hope you get rich off of. Maybe that might happen. There's like a 0.01% or something, right? But the best consistent play that you can get the most gains from is by contributing your own unique personality and skill set to an awesome community's needs. So you find a community you really click with, you contribute what you can, your unique skill set, personality, just you as a person to them, then they'll probably offer you some benefits and stuff. So that'd be the best play. Whether that be helping them market, helping them analyze some things, do some artwork, coding, managing people, removing spam, just literally anything you contribute to make their community better, that'd be the best play. So Hope you guys enjoyed the video and talk to y'all next time.